4 years,
Boy, do
sub.
I have a treat for you
Can
guys
I have a
today.
welcome to the
Today's
jungle?
video, I'm going to be smoking a brisket in my 1962 Weber kettle. Stay tuned. And thanks for being a subscriber to my channel.
Holy shit, xQc in watching some
big boy
GF
right
log
here.
videos
One of
of
the
you
nice
what
things about buying
happened
a
you
big
used to
brisket
be
like
hip
this
now you don't
is I
juice
wanna trim it
IT no
down
more
to a smaller
WTF
size,
man give me
as
the
I mentioned
juice.
earlier. So I'm going to be okay, and I also
Love
use
you
a lot
homie,
of this
thank you
trim
for best
to
steams.
make sausages, so I'm not too worried about this excess trim. I like to start with the decal, just take this off. Man, look at that marbling on this brisket. That is looking nice. Take a little bit, a quarter of an inch of fat on the top.
You ever cook meat?
Nope. I just barbecue some fucking burgers sometimes, but it.
You should try cooking food, man. One day.
All right, so that's about it on the trim. Great
Yeah.
looking brisket.
I'm moving to a nice house now,
I'm gonna be
so I'm gonna
smoking
have
this
more
fat cap
space,
up
more big barbecue
on my
in the background.
1962 Weber kettle. And I
Like
do
for
have my
fun,
grate
you know what I
here.
mean? Just see what it's like.
Just to see.
Oh yeah, I
what's
can cook
gonna
steak.
fit.
I'm actually really
This.
good at cooking steak.
42 months. Can I get my first welcome to
Like
the
what?
jungle?
What kind? Like
I'm a non-toxic
let's say you have like a
30-year-old
tenderloin, right? Like
viewers.
you do this shit where you
Well,
sear it and then
welcome.
you put it in the oven.
Okay, so what I do is I take a iron skillet, right? The one that's like kind of small, right?
Cast iron.
Cast iron, yeah, cast iron. And with a small thing, and I dump it shit on the fucking on the fire. Olive oil in the wazoo. Okay, and I let it kind of warm up. And as it's warming up, I put the steak. Anything can work. Some sirloin bullshit, whatever the fuck. T-bone. Put that shit on the side. Okay. I do a pepper and salt, and after that I take some olive oil, and I just olive oil first, and I take it with my hands and I coat the whole fucking thing, right?
But you coat it with oil.
The whole thing, yeah, the whole thing is coated, and then
Do you put the sauces on top before that or no?
no sauces. So then
Like, no spices, I mean.
no. After it's oiled, then I put salt and pepper. So I'll put a salt.
I think you want to put salt and stuff like that before you do that. That way the salt goes into the skin.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Oil first, 100%. And then, no, oil first, 100%. 100% oil first. And then, salt and pepper. I mean, Chad's wrong. Okay, so you either listen to like your recipe or you shut the fuck up. Okay. So then after it's fucking salt everywhere and pepper. I'm right. I know I'm right. Chad's just being like, oh my god, it's actually talking. So I'm
There's
gonna
different
say
ways. No. There's different ways to do it.
Okay.
I see where they're coming from.
Okay.
There's different ways to do it.
I literally watched fucking massive documentaries and fucking videos about how to cook this shit. Okay, I've learned it from the best. Okay, and then I fucking salt, pepper on it. Okay, fucking, and then you flip it, and then what you do is that you roll it. So you roll the whole steak onto the excess salt and pepper, so you have it on the sides, right? And you flip it over, and then you finish it up. So then, after that, I take my garlic. I go bang bang the stem, bang, boom out of it. Okay, and then I go to the skillet. It has to be piping hot. Okay, it cannot be. The skillet has to be literally piping hot. Okay, then you dump it in. You hear it. Okay, boom, and then you dump a fucking massive chunk of butter in there. Okay, it's not too massive, kind of massive though, decent and massive. And then you put the garlic and you fucking slam that shit in there. Boom, the boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then I'll explain the back so we have content in the back. Okay, and then what you do is that you tilt the pan forward. Okay, and you let the steak, and then you kind of bait it, boom, boom.
Yeah, with like a spoon, right?
Yeah. 5 minutes at most, and then flip it the other side. Do the same thing, and you can keep putting the fucking the garlic back on top, right? You can put it around it, so it's well covered, and you go boom, bang, 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 bang. Keep doing that. After that, it's done. Oven, fucking, it doesn't matter, dude. Fucking like 400 something like that. Don't that shit in there for a couple minutes. Okay. After it's done, and all the bullshit at the bottom is like, it's inhibiting it. It's in. Figure that shit out, boom, and then you cut it, bang, and then it goes massive.
Yeah, I want to see you cook a steak, dude. It'd be sick.
The surface of the brisket is nice and moist.
I want to see you cook a steak and cut it up.
A binder.
Yeah, I've served that steak that I've done to people before, and they've loved it. I serve it to good people, to people that know about cooking, and they said it's good, it's well cooked. I'm actually a god steak master.
All right, let's apply our seasoning. Some of our SPG.
Host your own master chef. Let's go.
Yeah.
Pat your rub down, and don't forget your edges.
Did this guy put some mustard?
All right,
Get that
let's season up the
goddamn
fat cap
mustard
side.
off there.
Oh, too much dog on
Trimming
Papa.
this and seasoning this the night before. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to show you guys my 1962 Weber kettle that I have been wanting to smoke on for over a year.
Rosemary or thyme?
I haven't cleaned
Only if you have it. If you have it, you can put it in. You gotta be really careful though. You gotta be very, very careful not to overly herb your steak. If it's overly herbed, you'll taste it when you do it, and it'll taste like bison or some shit. It's nah.
So tomorrow morning, I'm going to wash it, put a brand new grate on it, and go to town. All right, this brisket is looking proper. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, so it's the very next morning, and here's my 1962 Weber kettle. This is exactly how I found it. This was actually sitting in a pile of scrap metal, about to go to the scrap yard, and I actually
Whatever the fuck
saved
this
it.
guy's making, it looks
I ran
so
into this
dank.
older man
Too
and said,
dank.
hey, what are you
Yeah.
going to do with that grill? He said, we're fixing to take it to the junk
I'm
pile.
done.
And I asked him if I can. So this is going to the trash. Use nice flavor on this brisket. Perfect. So I did install a temp probe right here just to monitor
Bro,
my
what is that
temperatures.
thing? It looks weird.
Back in 1962, there was no temp gauges on the Weber kettle.
It's wood.
All right, let's put our lid
I
on.
think he's putting the wood down because I think it'll give it some taste.
Oh, smoke. No, he's doing smoking.
Yeah, but these chunks of wood, I think these are gonna give it some taste. It's a rock. It's not. This is not a rock. This is wood. This is fucking wood. It is not a rock. That is wood, and the wood will give some taste. Sometimes they'll use that apple wood, but whatever the fuck, apple tree bullshit. They'll use something. It'll give it some smoky flavor. Whatever the fuck. Okay. People need to understand the charcoal. Okay. It's deoxygenated wood. Okay, so they make it that shit burn, but they give it a wood to give some taste, bitches.
All right, let's put our lid on. Vent is going on top of the brisket.
Man, this shit knows nothing. It's kind of embarrassing.
I'm going to set the top vent about halfway open. And we'll see you guys in a bit. Stay tuned. So 3 hours later, let's take a look at our brisket and see how we're doing. Oh my goodness.
Hey guys,
Look at that nice.
what happened to the rock? There was a rock in there, chat. You said it's a rock. Where's the rock at? Did the rock end up cooking? Is it a cooking rock? Did the rock like lava up? Is it like molten or something? What happened to the rock, man?
Color.
People were saying the steak looked like
Gotta
a
tell
rock,
you, for
not the
only
wood.
3 hours,
Nah, they meant
that bark
about that.
developed extremely
No, the
nice.
steak looked like a goddamn rock.
So I'm
I'm
going to
telling
spritz
you.
with apple cider vinegar and water, mix it 50-50. The temperature is running at 275, but it did jump up to 325 a couple of times. Man, I am really loving this color.
What is he spraying?
So I'm going to let this go for a couple more hours. Let that bark continue to develop. And then we'll wrap it up. Stay tuned. All right, so 5.5 hours into our cook. Let's go ahead and wrap our brisket. I got a really nice dark
Who cares
bark.
what I got mine from? It's still valid. What?
Check that bark out. That's 5.5 hours using mesquite chunks right there. That bark, just fold it. Just in case you guys are wondering, the internal temperature of the brisket is 165 degrees. Stay tuned. All right, so we are 10 hours into our cook. Let's take a look at our brisket, get the internal temperature and see what we're sitting at.
Fucking got a meteor.
Now I have added a couple handfuls of charcoal before I wrapped it and after I wrapped it, and it is still rocking about 275 to 300. So let's check the internal temperature here. Ooh, that feels tender. 195 degrees. Let's check that point. All right, the point is not quite as tender. We're sitting at 194 degrees, but boy, that flat feels good. So I'm gonna let that brisket continue to cook. I'm thinking another 30 to 45 minutes, and that point is gonna be really nice and tender. At that point, I'll bring you guys back and show you what I'm gonna do to rest this brisket. Just a little teaser picture, if you will. Man, check that out. I'm not gonna unwrap it completely, but check out that awesome bark.
Oh, it's so good though.
Oh yeah. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, this is gonna sit on my counter until the internal temperature hits about 160 degrees. At that point, I'm gonna wrap it back up, pop this back inside my PK100 smoker, where it's gonna rest for 12 hours or
waiting.
so at 150
After you cook steak, you
degrees.
have to wait 10 minutes
I'll bring you guys
apparently.
back
I
at
hate that
that
shit.
Yeah,
All right,
I
so the
mean,
brisket has been resting
you have to
for
let it
13
settle.
hours. Let's
It
take
cooks-
a look at it
it's
and
still
see how we
cooking,
did.
you know what I
I
mean?
can tell you that the brisket continued to render once it was inside my PK100 for 13 hours.
I feel like it just gets cold. I don't
on
know.
this tray right here. So let's just unwrap this bad boy. Oh man, it feels tender. Check out that bark. Holy cow, looks like a fossil. Looks like we lost a little bit of bark over here on the point from when I grabbed it, because this is really nice and tender up here, but that's okay. It's not gonna affect the flavor
looks really good.
of the brisket. So I'm gonna dunk the extra tallow.
Also, burnt ends are so
on top
good in
of our
meat.
brisket.
Like when you have a little bit of burnt, so good.
It's so good.
buddy.
Burns so good, yeah.
Yeah, like on chicken when you have little burnt
All right,
ends.
let's slice
Oh,
into our Weber Kettle
Fire.
brisket
Fire.
and see how we did. I'm gonna go right down the middle, but check this out, man. Super jiggly, and that bark again is pretty darn savage. So I'm gonna slice it probably right around here. Now I'm using my Del Strong slicer.
yeah, it's not burnt. It's just the spices go dark like that.
Oh man, ridiculous tender. Okay.
The green pepper and shit.
Damn.
Oh yes.
Damn.
That is absolute money right there. Check that out, guys.
That is absolutely busting.
See, I could
And
give it.
just
I could
squeeze
care
a
less
little
about the
bit
fat
just to
part.
show you guys
I'll
how
be honest.
juicy it is.
Oh yeah, I don't eat it that much. I just kind of sometimes I'll eat something and I'll eat around it
Bottom side. It's
Exactly
pretty
the
darn
same.
Savage.
because it did its job already. It already gave a
Alright, so
lot
I'm
of
gonna
a lot of
take
flavor
the
to everything.
off of the flat
It already
roof.
kind of rendered a
I'm
little
using
bit
my
and
straight edge
it did its job already. So I don't
But
care
also
eating
have
it
my serrated
straight up.
slicer, because I want to see which
Like
one does a
per
better
bite,
job
like a little bit. You know what I mean?
of
Yeah.
slices for
Yeah.
briskets. I've always used my
I never really
straight
like. I don't like
top
fat like that.
of not, man. It's like butter. This edge right here is
That looks,
perfect.
that looks busting.
For
I mean,
burnt
that
ends.
looks absolutely fucking insane.
Really tender. All right, this is an absolute savage brisket. I'm gonna make myself a brunch sandwich. Stay tuned. All right, let's make ourselves a brisket brunch sandwich. First, I'm gonna start off with some slices of this freshly smoked brisket. Look at that.
He's gonna put a pickle. Watch.
Well, you need the pickle.
It's not
Yeah.
breakfast unless you have an over easy egg.
Oh wait.
Got
it's
some of
breakfast.
my homemade pickled red onions.
Oh, it's pretty good actually.
And how about a few slices of a fresh
All this has got a nice color to it. I like it.
put my lid on
You
it.
can do without the egg.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't like egg. Like
I'm
that.
not a
figure
fan
that
in,
bad
in
boy
eggs
out.
and burgers
Nope,
and stuff like
nope,
that.
me neither.
Yeah.
All right, let's slice this sandwich in half.
Yeah. Wait a second. No sauce.
Don't need sauce with that.
Oh man.
No, you need a little bit of barbecue or
Yolk
something
action
though.
going
For,
on.
for a brisket
Perfect
sandwich.
brisket
Oh,
brunch
fuck no.
sandwich.
Oh, his sauce is the yolk. Oh no. But no, you
All
definitely
right,
need
let's
some
give this
sauce.
Weber Kettle brisket a try and
A
see
little
how we did.
bit.
Here we go.
It's so full of flavor and so rich. I don't know why you would corrupt it with something such simple and fucking common as a sauce.
I agree, but like a little bit of
This
barbecue
brisket
sauce
is
on a
ridiculous. If
brisket
somebody
sandwich
told
is
me that
not.
this
It
was
goes so
smoked in
far
an
though.
offset, I would
Like, it
believe
really
it.
does
That
it.
Weber Kettle did an amazing job.
It's like ketchup to fries. It's
That's
actually
fine.
so
Maybe-
good.
Maybe some
Burnt
sweet
ends.
baby rays.
Yeah, something like
There
that.
you go.
Like the way the sauce goes into the bread and shit, it's good.
All right, let's give our brisket brunch sandwich a try. Look at that. Absolutely
That looks pretty
beautiful.
insane.
And that smoke ring, check it out. Savage. There we go.
It popped off though with the fucking
Wow.
beef.
I gotta tell you, overall, I am extremely.
Wagyu brisket sounds like some fucking absolute zero head idea. I don't know why anybody would fathom the corrupted idea of doing that. What the fuck is your problem, man?